Welcome back to the podcast. I got my good friend Jared Wright from the Share Group. Jared, welcome back.
What's up, everybody? How are you, man?
Doing great. I got a lot of good feedback from the last episode when we talked about niching down. And so today we're going to talk about another exciting topic, which is essentially how to turn what traditionally has been a B2C sales business with real estate sales, how to turn that into a B2B business model and go out there and get referrals, Jared, from other professionals. So it's an exciting topic. I think I don't hear a lot of people talking about this, rarely, if ever, actually. Do you, in your journeys, hear people talking about this?
It's very few and far between. And honestly, to give someone credit, it's you. I think it was one of your the live event that I watched you talk about that kind of put the light bulb off in my dusty head that this is something that maybe our clients can benefit from. And I think it's another tool in the tool belt as they're out there pounding the pavement to build their brand. They're wrecking their name.
Yeah, and I think it's just another niche, right? So let me give the audience. I'll tee this up for everybody so they know what we're talking about. So traditionally, I always tell real estate agents have been the hunted, right? There's people going after them to get their referrals, right? Loan officers, title people, the list goes on and on and on and on. Realtors, for the most part, historically, have not been the hunter. Rarely do you find a real estate agent who has a business model, Jared, where they treat it like a B2B. Like here's an example. If our audience was title reps, as an example, that is absolutely 1,000% a B2B sales job. Their job is to go out there and build relationships with realtors. Right. So those realtors order title policies through their title company. They don't go after consumers direct. Rarely. It's very rare.
Right.
Same thing with a home warranty rep. If we were home warranty reps, our clientele would be the realtor. Well, what we're suggesting in today's episode is that a realtor put that hat on for a second and say, wait a minute, I'm so used to being hunted by all these people for my referrals. Are there professionals out there that I should be going after or working or building relationships with that are working with the same people that I ought to be working with? And the answer to that is yes.
Yeah.
So, Jared, let's get into some of the opportunities realtors have to build this business model, because quite frankly, it's one of the things I'm most excited about. It's part of my business that I love the most. Right. I really enjoy B2B selling, probably a lot more than selling directly to the consumer. What about you?
Yeah, no, absolutely. B2B is, it's organically grown normally from referrals and relationships, right? I mean, that's kind of how you get in, but there is a way to kind of put the gas on it. But that's what I enjoy most, in the world, and that's kind of where my successes have lied,
Yeah, well, and I think that's a good point. I think this business model is absolutely built from relationships, unlike trying to go out there and buy, leads per se, right? Going to the consumer direct. The only way to get this business model off the ground is going out there and building relationships with other professionals. So let's give some people some context of what we mean. So the first thing we have to do when we think about this as a potential business opportunity for a realtor is, who are the professionals out there that are working with people that need to buy and sell homes? Like, they are working with these people as their profession. It's how they feed their family. They're working with the same exact consumers, and realtors like, what, how? I mean, they're not realtors. Why would they be working with people that buy and sell houses?
Right.
Well, let's think about this. What about a probate attorney? Right. A probate attorney all day long feeds his or her family, helping people settle probate cases.
Right.
The vast majority, this is probably the highest niche where there's real estate that needs to be sold,
right,
more than any other niche. And that real estate, as it relates to the probate case, has to be sold in order to settle the case in court.
Right.
So if you think about this, it's like, wow, this aligns really nicely. I have an attorney. They get a case from their client, which is somebody that's going through the probate process. There's a piece of real estate that needs to be sold in order for that attorney to get paid.
Right.
They need to refer an agent anyways.
Right.
Hello.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, even I can figure that out, Brandon.
I know. And so it's funny that realtors just don't think about this. It's
right.
There's hundreds and thousands of these cases going on in every city, every day, every second of every day in every city across the country.
Right.
But it's like, how often, Jared, do we talk to a realtor who's going after probate attorneys? And it starts with zero.
Zero. Exactly. And furthermore, I mean, going after the firm or, the divorce attorney, the estate attorney, you know, the other attorneys that still have these relationships with these, quote unquote homeowners, like you talked about, that these realtors are trying to build a relationship with on a one-on-one level. Now, how do you try to, enhance it with starting at that business to business level, that they can now filter multiple homeowners down to you as that realtor resource, and so it's a no-brainer to me.
Well, yeah, and it's funny. Like I think the way I try to articulate it, hopefully people are getting it. But it's like, why does the loan officer? Sorry, my back went out this weekend, so like I'm all moving around, so I'm just in a lot of pain.
No way. Yeah, that's no bueno, dude. Do you go to like a chiropractor or anything? Yeah.
My mother-in-law and sister-in-law are both chiropractors. So I've been with them all day yesterday.
My buddy saved me last year, like for 8 weeks. I was on the serious grind with it all. And the acupuncture is what helped me going to the chiropractor. So
is that right? That's cool.
Yeah. It was really cool, to be honest with you, dude. I played football until I was in my mid-20s, and dude, my body is super beat up. So anyway, I digress.
Yeah, that's all right.
So, man.
Yeah, that's all right. This is, hey, podcast. This is what we do. So the thing is with this, realtors can make sense of like being the hunted, but like, I really want to just help people have this aha moment, and then we'll get to like some more tactical advice. But like the realtor watching this or listening to this, they can get like why the mortgage loan officer goes after them. It's because you guys watching this, girls, you work with buyers that need to buy a house. What do they have to do to get a buy? They need money.
Right.
So who has the money? The loan officer. I mean, hopefully that's clear. Yeah. So what we're talking about is there are other professionals out there that make a living to feed their family, their entire career path, dealing with consumers that have to buy and sell houses outside of the real estate agent niche. Probate is one of them, right? You gave a couple other ones. Let's look at elder care. Estate planning. Estate
planning. Your CPA, your accountant,
insurance agents. I mean, all day, there's a State Farm insurance agent on every corner of every city across the country. She or he is sitting there all day long looking for homeowners policies. The reason why people get homeowners policies is to, most of the time, buy a house. Like, come on. It's, you know what I mean? So it's like, shit. And you said something earlier that's really important. I want the realtors watching this episode to think about this. This is where I think people can get really excited. Instead of their entire business model, Jared, going after one homeowner at a time, one buyer at a time, think about aligning yourself with a probate attorney who does 10, 20, 30 cases per month. Right. There's probably 10 or 15 listing opportunities a month from one relationship. And that is exactly what's occurred to me. With my divorce attorneys, I'm getting at least a listing a week right now from a handful of listing attorneys. So if I don't ever prospect again, I don't call any absentee owners, no FSBOs, no expireds, call none of my sphere of influence, do nothing to stay in touch with my past clients, I'm still going to do 30 to 40 deals a year. Just off these 2 or 3 relationships.
Jeez. Yeah, that's amazing. And then, so, that's built over time, right? That's right. That you have to, and one thing I think to touch on to have success with this like business engagement, opportunity, I think you can call it, is you have to touch these people multiple times, right?
100%. So let's shift. Let's get
into the reverse selling. Yeah, kind of shift on how do you implement. Now you know the audience, then what do you do, right?
Yeah. So the first question I always get, in coaching so many realtors now is like, all right, well, how do I go out there and build these relationships? How do I build value? How do I, all those types of questions? And the answer to that, this is the thing I think agents miss. They have to look at, well, why do you, Mr. or Mrs. Real Estate Agent, refer business to your mortgage loan officer? And they always say the same thing, because they give great service to my client.
Right.
Why would it be any different here? Because Jared, what they think is, well, I have to go bring donuts and I have to rub their feet every Wednesday morning and I got to send their, I got to give them tickets to no, you're not doing any of that.
Right.
We're talking about becoming an extension of value that professional already offers to their client.
Right.
So if you're going to go out there and work assisted living sales managers, as an example.
Yeah.
Well, they're not looking for donuts every Friday morning. Believe me, they need somebody that they can refer, a realtor to refer, that's going to do a kick-ass job. Right. That's the value in which you sell. That's the value in which you communicate. And so, you want to add anything to that? Do you agree?
Oh, I'll take the donuts though. If no one else wants to deliver them, dude, I'll take the donuts. But no, you're absolutely correct. It's kind of the concept of the big picture is, I mean, what have you done for me lately? And what can you do for me, in the future? And so you really have to show them and be like an advocate of relieving them from a lot of the BS that they have to deal with, right? So like, how can you be a steward of their service, right? Not how can you feed them, carbohydrates and crap sugar all day.
Well, let's look at our relationship to give some context to people.
Yeah.
So here's the thing. So I'm a real estate coach.
Right.
I suggest that agents niche down. Well, their question naturally is, okay, where do I get the leads from? Right. So the value in which the Share Group and Jared Wright provide to Brandon, your referral partner, is the service in which you deliver to my coaching clients.
Correct.
That's an example we're talking about.
Exactly.
I don't need you. I get no value if you send me a pen in the mail every once in a while. It says, I don't get any. I mean, I would thank you for that, and I love you for that.
Yeah.
But that's not why I send you business. It's not why I refer you.
So
the reason I refer you and I recommend you to my coaching clients is because you have a kick-ass service. And now that's an extension of me that makes me look good, where I can put my coaching clients, give them value by referring a partner like you. Amen. They get what they need. That's the value, people.
Absolutely. I mean, you hit it right on the head. And so how do you build those relationships, right? Like, how do you do it? My suggestion, at least from a marketing mentality, is it's pretty simple to dig in once you acquire who you want to go after, and wink, wink. We kind of know where you can probably derive some of those data sets from. But what we like to say is, obviously, starting with a phone call, building relationship with implementing, the first a touch, and then the second touch for me would be an email, because we're able to validate the email addresses for these business relationships, and maybe you touch with an email once a week. And then you take the people that are opening the emails or clicking on those emails, and then you send them a personal postcard note. And we can use our man Joe at Mailbox Power for some of those follow-ups. So there's some multi-channel touching you can do with these businesses that are very targeted and very specific on how do you implement the process to building those relationships, right?
Yeah. And you nailed it. I mean, you just walk people through kind of like 2 or 3 steps, right? Step 1 is like, okay, let's identify. First off, you got to pick a niche, just like we talked about last episode. Right. You're not going to go after every single referral partner. Right. You're not going to go after CPAs, attorneys, insurance agents, financial planner. Like we're not talking about going after all those. Pick one. Okay. So let me give people an example, and then we'll break this down to even more.
I get
examples.
excited.
All right. So here's just like, because everyone tries to overthink this, but I could just go as an example: probate, attorneys. I'll put, what city you want me to put in? You want me to put in?
Omaha's probably small. There'll be like 3. So I would put in Miami, Florida.
Oh my God. That was the one I was going to put in too.
That's so funny. Brainwave, man.
So anyway, so let's just see. Hold on for a second. Let me just go back. I want to show people because I have a little. Okay, so can you see this on my screen?
Yeah. Yep.
I have a little plug-in on my Google because for marketing, I know you do too.
Yep.
50 people a month, by the way, are searching this specific term.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother topic.
Right.
But let's just look here for a second. Okay. I'm going to go to view all. So if you go back, whoops, hold on. You know what? I'm going to go back and do one other thing. There's 741,000 results for probate attorney in Miami, Florida. And if I just hit view all, like you could just see them all. Here's all their phone numbers and all the firms in this one city that specialize in this one niche. Now, I mean, it's that simple. Now it's like we're going to reach out and we're going to communicate to them like another professional. Well, Brandon, what do I say? What are the exact words? Well, okay.
Yeah.
I get it. You can get all the scripts in the new book, but like the messaging's, there you go. The messaging is very simple. If Jared, you were a probate attorney, I would just reach out to you simply and just say, hey, Jared, my name is Brandon. I'm a local real estate agent here in Miami. I wanted to call, introduce myself. I actually specialize in probate. Do you work with an agent who specializes in probate here in Miami?
Yes. Yeah, I do actually. I met one at a golf outing a couple of years ago.
Okay, cool. And so Jared said, yes, most probate attorneys will say no.
Yeah.
You fucked up
maybe.
that,
I was pulling you for, I was throwing a twist on you.
Oh, okay. Well, we can talk about that too, right? So the reality is,
most do say no. Yes, you're right.
None, zero.
Yeah. Right.
I've been doing this for almost 20 years. It's almost never I've called an assisted living manager, a divorce attorney, anybody that says, yes, I work with a real estate agent who specializes in divorce.
Right.
I've never even heard of that. Like,
isn't that funny? Like you kind of led with though, because it's a reverse of using the term, but like most loan officers have realtors, right?
Yes.
Most of their businesses do have, it's just funny that some of these that we're talking about don't, it's just.
Well, most of them don't. And the reason, Jared, is if you guys are watching this replay on YouTube, I want you to comment, honest to God. I want you to comment below if you or you've ever heard of a real estate agent specializing in probate real estate. If you specializing in working with seniors 65 years or older, specializing in working assisted living, specializing in working in divorce. Dude, it's just unheard of.
It is, isn't that? Yeah, that's weird. That's not.
Well, because I mean, realtors don't think about niching down. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's new to this industry. I don't know why. Every other industry, doctors, lawyers, it's all specialists, right?
Right. Yeah.
So I think the point though, going back and saying, okay, well, when you communicate with these people and you communicate that you specialize in what they do, that's the foot in the door. And then step 2 would be getting in front of them, right? Going to play golf, cup of coffee, dinner, or something.
Right. Stay away from the donuts and provide value, right? Build that relationship and then rinse and repeat is what I always like to say.
Yeah. And then once you have the relationship, to your point, I mean, obviously we can do episodes on like really going nitty gritty,
right?
Giving you guys high level, but like then the next step is once you have the relationship is to constantly stay top of mind. So you could do a ton of different stuff. You can do an email a week. You can do a video of the month. You can do, you can have a happy hour every other week where you invite all your attorneys, All
right. Do you get those direct mail pieces, in the mail that invite you to Fleming's for the financial planning? I mean, you can think about the value that you're able to add as a realtor to these professionals is a lot different than a coupon can add to me as a consumer, So I feel like the power that these agents have is still unknown. They still don't know the value that they possess in these relationships that they're building. And it's exciting. It's like trying to ask the lady at the dance to see if she wants to go cut the rug. If you don't ask, you're not gonna be out there cutting a rug. So you definitely got to start with asking. So I think that's step 1, build the relationship and get in the door,
Well, and I think the thing, I mean, again, we could talk a lot about details in another episode, but I think the agents that are just so insecure about the value they actually provide because they're in it every day, they think, oh, I don't have that. I don't have any value to offer. What they're underestimating is that all these professionals that we're talking about have to refer a realtor anyways.
I know, right? That's the
and most of them don't have the realtor who specializes in their niche. This is how you become the obvious choice. This is how you provide a shitload of value to one of these professionals. Like when you can testify in court on a CMA that you've done for an attorney in a divorce case, that's what we're talking about, providing value. How many realtors know how to testify on a BPO, a broker price opinion, in a divorce case? Oh yeah, that's right. 0. So when you know how to, the attorney says, holy shit, like you can do all of that for us? And they're like, yes, absolutely.
Right.
How many? Yeah. How many agents out there understand all of the things that you have to be aware of when you work with a senior 75 years or older when they're transitioning from home to assisted living? Oh yeah, that's right. 0.
Yeah, totally. No, dude, it's uncharted waters right now for the taking, I think, in their market, I mean, geez. That's awesome, man. Love it.
So you guys, I guess we'll end with this, but hopefully this episode was to get you guys your mind thinking and say, okay, the agent is sitting there. How do I get business? How do I get business? You can go specialize in something, and you want to strategically align yourself with other professionals that work with the same people. But can your company, are you guys able to pull, you can pull lists of professionals now?
Yeah, we do. We have, the data compilation that we've done for 20 years is B2B and B2C. So the business data is compiled very similar, and we have access to that data: phone number, email address. And we actually have a couple of different matrices of these professional SIC codes. That's how they list businesses. That would be a service, dude. If people wanted to hit us up, yeah, most definitely. We can guide you along the way through the process of acquiring that business niche, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'll link up, Jared, all your info underneath this video. But yeah, I mean, you got to think about where these professionals hang out, LinkedIn, and we can get their numbers, their email addresses, their business addresses. So, you can send them letters, you can send them messages on LinkedIn, you can send them emails, you can call them, you can invite them to golf outings, right? It's just about, this is totally a relationship play. So it's not like a special script, like you're converting an online lead into an appointment. It's different. It is. Any last thoughts on this topic for today?
No, it's just an opportunity to, like you said, think outside the box a little bit as you're growing your network, and how do you do it, and talking through that, by listening to you and pretending to listen to me is step one, and then building your business, so that's just providing value, my man. I love it.
Yeah. And I'll leave you guys with this too. It's like, I'm not saying when we talk about niching down, we're not talking about, not selling houses to people that need to buy or sell. We're talking about adding an additional pillar of business to the business plan that maybe you aren't doing, where there's less competition in your market, and an opportunity for you to stand out from the crowd, provide more value. And with referral partners, it's like, yes, you can continue to bang your head and do one house at a time, or you can go get 3, 4, 5 referral partners who are sending you consistent referrals on a monthly basis. That'll really help a realtor a lot. So hopefully you guys got value from today's show. Let us know if you guys have future topics you want Jared and I to discuss. You guys can use the comments for that. And then let us know what questions you have about today's episode. So Jared, like always, my friend, had a lot of fun. And then plan on seeing you again next week, buddy.
Yeah. Peace and love, man. Get rested up, and we'll see you soon, brother.
All right, man. We'll talk to you soon.
All right.
Thanks, Jared.
See you, buddy.
Bye-bye.